begin from the very beginning. Sarvaveda Siddhanta Gocharam, Tam Agocharam, Govindam Paramanandam, Sadgurum Pranatosmyaham. The lineage of Gurus, the Adi Shankaracharya Parampara, which is carrying on even today, as far as I am aware of it, it goes back all the way to his Guru Govinda Bhagavad Pada and his Guru Sri Gaudapada, who had a dream to spread this Sanatana Dharma to every nook and corner of the country, Bharatavarsha then. And with the passage of time, the work remained unfinished. And so from Gaudapada to Govinda Bhagavad Pada to Shankara Bhagavad Pada, and then the parampara that continues till today to Bharati Tirtha Swamiji and Vidishwekara Swamiji, whom I had the great privilege of meeting, as he mentioned, in November 8th, by his efforts. I bow down in salutation to all their great work which they are doing in reviving, revitalizing, and spreading the Sanatana Dharma to all corners of the world today on behalf of all of us here. Going to Sringeri Sharada Peetham was like homecoming for us. The land that was sanctified by the feet of Sri Adi Shankaracharya, about whom much our children have read and learnt about his life, his works. They've also read his some commentaries, bhashyas, and a little bit of Viveka Chudamani they have read, which is one of the finest compositions of Sri Adi Shankaracharya. And they also sing a lot of verses and stotrams. And Nirvana Shatakam is a daily part of our daily prayer. So we are all very grateful to Sri Adi Shankaracharya, who left behind such a rich legacy of Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta in his works. And that legacy began spreading with the first Peetham that was established at Sringeri. Sringeri Sharada Peetham is the Adi Peetham of all the four Peethams that he ultimately, in his lifetime, he established. Sringeri Sharada Peetham was the first one. So you can imagine the power of that place where Sri Adi Shankaracharya had this vision of establishing a center of Advaitic knowledge which will benefit humanity for ages to come. And we can see that happening even today. We went to the Veda Pathashala over there with a very little dream that someday we can establish a Veda Pathashala in Satyasai Grama on the lines of Sringeri Sharada Peetham, which has a Veda Pathashala more than a century old. You can only imagine how much of good work must have happened, how many priests, how many pandits have come out of that, and how this tradition has been kept up by their efforts. It was truly heartening. And Sri Gauri Shankar, he just came in with so much of humility and so much of sincerity. It was hard for me to believe that he is the CEO and the administrator of the place. For once I was shocked too, because of all of us in this mask, that it's very difficult to recognize who he was in the first go. But then I realized that he is the person behind so much of effort that is being put there with great humility and great sincerity, great passion. He took us around to every part of the place, spent a lot of time to explain to us what is going on, what has happened, and what is going to happen. And that really touched all our hearts. I think he has spoken so kindly about all of us. Much gratitude to you, sir. But I don't want to pay you in the same coin bag, but then I must tell that the kind of sincerity, passion, humility that we saw in you and all the people over there was very inspiring for all of us. And particularly one project of theirs caught my attention, which is Advaita Sharada project. And that is led by him and I'm sure a very, very skilled team of people from across the country, even abroad. And so it occurred to me that this knowledge of Advaita Sharada, which is a part of the Shodha Kendra, the research center there, must reach to everybody in the world. And that needs it to be translated into a language that most of the world is familiar with. So that is the reason why we requested him, is there a possibility of working together where we as a university can work alongside in bringing out the perfect possible translation. It's very difficult to translate something like Sanskrit, and that too a Vedantic Sanskrit, into an ordinary language of any country. But then an attempt will be made, is our opinion, so that everybody benefits even a little bit. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya. At least a little bit of that knowledge, that dharma that you're talking about, goes and reaches the last person on earth. Trayate mahato bhayat. Who knows, he may get rid of all the fear of samsara, all the fear of this samsara chakra that the boy was talking about. So that is the idea why we thought we should have that. And the other thing that we were very, very impressed by was the simple and very naturally done Veda Patashala over there. It almost transported us probably 800 years ago or 1000 years ago, whenever 1200 years ago, when Adi Shankara would have come and imagined a place where children can learn, teachers can teach, a Gurukulam. It was very, very memorable experience for us. And of course, the high point of the whole experience was meeting Jagadguru and seeking his guidance. And he was so happy. He encouraged us with such humility, such sweetness and simplicity, which is only possible for a great divine being. It's not for everybody to be so simple, yet so profound. And he blessed the project. He said, whatever is required, we will be there with you, and we will guide you in developing the Veda Gurukulam as well as the Vedic studies. He appreciated the idea that it has to be now taken to different parts of the world in the language that they understand. The need has come. There is a need, there is a time for it now. So that is the idea. The treasure of this Vedantic knowledge, the Vedic knowledge, must be shared with everyone. And that alone will put India back to that Vishwaguru Sthana. Because we will again be teaching the whole world the highest philosophies, highest truths. And as he has mentioned very correctly, everybody wants happiness. Everybody wants to be happy. Who wants to be sorrowful? But they don't know where to find happiness. Their understanding of happiness is very limited. But our scriptures tell us where the real happiness is. And because it's a youth meet, our Taittiriya Upanishad itself says, Yuva syat sadhu yuva dhyayakaha ashishto balishto drishtaha tasyayam prithvi sarva vrittasya purna syat sa eko manusha anandaha. If you are young, if you are strong in body, very intelligent, very good and kind-hearted, and what else? You should be very learned. You should own the whole earth, not a village, not a country. And you should own the wealth, all the wealth of the earth. Then you get one unit of ananda called manushananda. Man's joy is only so much. We can't remain young forever, can we? We cannot own the whole earth, can we? We cannot earn all the wealth in the world, not possible. We cannot remain good all the time. We cannot be the most intelligent and strong. Then how can we even attain one unit of that ananda, which is manushananda? And then the Upanishad goes on. Then Manusha Gandharvananda, Deva Gandharvananda, and goes on till Prajapati, Brihaspati, and back. Then Brahmananda. I multiply 10 to the power 20 times it is of Manushananda. But Upanishad gives us a very small shortcut to this same Ananda, Brahmananda. Every time it repeats, Shrotriyasya Chaka Mahatasya, the one who has learned the scriptures, and the one who is desireless. Such a person can attain the same quality of Ananda as Brahmananda. So simple, so simply put in our scriptures. Don't read the whole thing. Shrotriyasya Chakahamatasya. Learn the truths of the Vedas, the Vedanta, and become desireless. It will be a natural outcome when you know the truth who you are. Where is the question of any desires? Kim dina iva dhavasi, says Ashtavakra. Why will you run around like a beggar once you know who you are? Once you know the joy of that divinity that resides within. So our scriptures have answers to every problem on earth. Name it and we can solve it using our Vedic scriptures, using our Dharma Shastras. And that knowledge must reach to the last youth on this planet. Because this planet is inhabited, almost 40% to 45% people are young people, children, teens, adolescents, or young adults, youths. They need direction in life. And we have failed them in the last century. We didn't direct them correctly. We ourselves did not know where we were going. So it's like blind leading the blind. Andhainaiva niyamana yathanda. Blind leading the blind has happened. Time has come now to revive our culture, our scriptures, and take this knowledge to all parts of the world. In this direction, we sought the support, guidance, advice of Gauri Shankarji, and of course the blessings of Jagat Guru to continue and to tread this path, and they have given their support and blessings. We are very, very grateful to Sringeri Sharada Peetham and Sri Gauri Shankarji and of course Jagat Guru for his blessings to embark on this journey. Very shortly, we will work with you closely to design the Veda Pathashala, and I had a desire that we should bring the Sri Sharada from there as it is here. The exact replica of the Sharada Peetham should be built here. He said, we will guide you exactly how to do it. And they have built a lot of Peethams around the world, and he has guided them. His effort has been tremendous. And therefore, he is a humble man and very modest, so don't take him at the face value of what he has said. There is much more to the man, and I'm sure in times to come we will benefit from his experience, his guidance, his advice, and more than anything, the blessings of Jagat Guru. And I look forward to an everlasting relationship on this side when our Gurukulam will really prosper. And that dream of Adi Gurus from those days, that every child, everyone should have the knowledge of Vedas, Veda Shastras. It was there for all at some point of time. Over a period of time, it has changed its course. But otherwise, it's for all. All these Shastras, all the Upanishads, all this knowledge belongs to everyone because everybody is divine. Sarvam Kalavidam Brahma. Everybody is same at that level. Therefore, shortly we will commence the construction and development of this. And our request was there that coming Guru Purnima, if we will be able to visit again with Jagat Guru. Not on Guru Purnima, of course, it is going to be very difficult, but somewhere, whenever his convenience is, to bless this place. If it is holy feet coming here and blessing all the children and staff, we will be very, very grateful. On behalf of the entire university staff, Chancellor, Vice Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, Registrar, all the professors and students who are studying and who are going to study in coming times, we convey our gratitude and we appreciate all the support and advice that you are giving us and you are going to give us. We're very thankful. Please come again and again, and be rest assured next time you are not going to get a bouquet because you'll be us.